The 2017 BMW X3. Now, this is one of the most common crossovers on the market today. BMW launched the first generation X3 way back in 2003, and yet it still continues to be a strong seller today. I'm Jay, and welcome to this latest episode of Carbuzz Unboxing Reviews. I also want to thank Nilo BMW, which is part of the Nilo company, for letting us come on down and film today. So the X3 compact luxury crossover, this is, well, what BMW calls it, an SAV, sport activity vehicle. It's really, again, a compact crossover SUV. In BMW speak, it's an SAV. Now, the first generation of it was launched way back in 2003, and the car you're looking at right now is the second generation model, which came out in 2010. And a third generation model is expected sometime in early 2017, perhaps even at Geneva. So expectations for that new X3 are very high, but I think right now is an excellent time to buy a second generation X3 just because it's approaching the very end of its life cycle, and therefore BMW's managed to work out all the little quirks along the way, so you're just getting a very, very refined vehicle here. In fact, this X3 generation, the second generation, was only updated back in 2015 just to kind of keep it, strong against the competition until the replacement arrives. But what you were looking at is just an excellent all-around crossover, whether it's a luxury or not luxury or not. There's really nothing the X3 doesn't do well, and perhaps my only real complaint about it is, well, the price tag. But then again, all BMWs are expensive. Now, this is the xDrive 35i, meaning xDrive, again, in BMW speak, is all-wheel drive. And it costs an extra $2,000 if you want it with the base engine, the S-Drive or the xDrive 28i. But in the 35i, it only comes with all-wheel drive, and there's a reason for that, and I'll get to that shortly. In this interior, it's black Nevada leather. It costs an extra $1,450. And yeah, I think for the extra, $1,400, it's nice. You can get other leather that doesn't cost more, but then again, sometimes these premium leathers they feel better than the base ones, This one also comes with heated seats. Those cost an extra $500. But there's a lot of nice standard bits to the xDrive 35i. You have the 8-way power front seats with driver's seat memory, Wi-Fi hotspot, Harmon Kardon surround system, ambient lighting, and even a panoramic sunroof. And I just love the contrast with the white stitching there. It makes it more of a standout color, I think. Oh, and you also have this really nice burl walnut wood trim with a pearl glass chrome accent. It's just such a sharp-looking vehicle inside and out. And okay, so that everybody knows, the X3 is only available as a two-seater. There is no third-seat option like there is in the X5. I encourage you to check out my unboxing review of that crossover too. Even in the X5, the third seat option costs an extra $1,700, and it's such a tight fit. It's sort of like a waste of money. And fortunately, BMW doesn't even offer a third row seat in the X3. And even if it did, it'd be pretty stupid because there's just no room for it, and you're just sacrificing cargo space. It's just not worth it. But fortunately, we know for a fact BMW is developing an X7, which will be a 3-row crossover, which will compete against, the Audi Q7. And looking at this overall dash design, despite being, let's face it, 6 years old, it still holds up really well. Are there fancier looking dashes or dashboard designs today? Yes, of course. After 6 years, what do you think is going to happen? But this still works really well. And of course, it's a BMW, so you have iDrive, and you have that rotary dial right there on the center console. And like I've always said, this is a very refined system at this point. 10.2-inch screen. The iDrive first came out way back in 2001, and it was very confusing then. And this is the 5.0 version. And it's nice to see BMW just constantly refine it more and more over the years. And even in older models, such as the X3, it can still install the latest iDrive in them. Now, this car also comes with a technology package for $2,750. Comes with a nav system, head-up display, and the BMW Online and BMW apps, which I don't think the technology package, especially at that price, is really worth it. Again, I think $2,700 is, I don't know, I think it's a lot for what it is you're getting. And of course, this still has the dual zone automatic climate control. Now, we're starting to see more and more vehicles, whether the crossovers, sedans, or even minivans, having quad and tri-zone automatic climate control. But this one is still dual for the moment. But again, when the next generation X3 comes out, I expect you'll be able to get tri or quad climate control. It's no big deal, but again, it's just another little sign of this car's age. And I've said this before about some BMW models, and this one in particular. Maybe it's just because it has to do with the fact that this is an older design. I do find the dashboard a little, not the easiest to work. I think it's got a lot of buttons, even though the buttons are they're nicely sized. I don't know. I kind of like what Audi is doing a little bit more. But then again, Audi just revealed a brand new Q5 at Paris just a couple months ago, and well, let's just say that this X3 has some fresh competition. So let's talk safety here. Now, because this car has been around for so long, it's been tested thoroughly by the US government and it received 5 out of 5 stars in its overall crash test rating. Other standard features: dynamic stability control, start-off assist and brake fade compensation, hill descent control, and 4-wheel ABS brakes. So how does it drive? Well, when I get to the engine shortly, I'll tell you more about that, but this is such a great engine, and it delivers good power throughout its rev range, and the overall steering is very communicative. Now, I want to stress something else here, is that the X models, whether it is the X1, there's that panoramic sunroof right there. Nice. Well, okay, going back to that, whether it is the X1, which is front-wheel drive based, the X3, the X5, which are both rear-wheel drive based, because these are crossovers, you're kind of sacrificing what I like to call the ultimate driving machine experience, or rather, that's what BMW calls it. It's not quite like, say, a 3 Series. This is a heavier vehicle. It is a taller vehicle. You're going to lose some of that road handling dynamic because of that. But yet, I still think BMW engineered the X3 extremely well, given its increased ride height, its heavier body, and everything that goes along with it. So is this the ultimate driving machine crossover? Well, probably the closest thing to it, but I'm very interested to see what BMW is going to do with future X models as well. Now, this car is also equipped with a driver assistant package for $950. With that, you get a rear view camera, park distance control. There's also the driver assistant plus for $1,700. You have active blind spot detection, active driving assistant, and then there's the surround view, which is an all-around panoramic view of your surroundings in the control display, and it makes it easier to see approaching traffic. Along with the top view camera, the road is also monitored by cameras in side view mirrors and the front bumper. And of course, you have the standard 8-way power and driver and front passenger seats with lumbar support. Now, we're starting to see more and more vehicles come with the 10-way, for an example. But I think 8-way, it's more than adequate. I don't think drivers of any height will have trouble finding a very, very comfortable position here. So what's some of the competition here? Well, this is getting to be an extremely crowded segment. Like I said in the beginning, BMW back in 2003 with a first generation X3, it wasn't perfect, but BMW proved to all the other automakers that customers are willing to pay a fair amount of money for a compact luxury crossover. In fact, these crossovers, whether they're luxury or not luxury, are eating into sedan sales for automakers everywhere. That is why you're starting to see so many crossovers today, such as the Porsche Macan. Yes, Porsche, builders of the 911, they are in the crossover business today. Those crossovers make more money for Porsche then the 911, and the Cayman, and the Boxster. Ah, yeah, rear seat space. Yes, this was adequate. I thought this was just fine. Could it be a little bit bigger? Yeah, but there's still plenty of leg and knee and headroom here. Again, if you need something bigger, there's the X5. But back to the rest of the competition, like I said, the Porsche Macan, the Mercedes-Benz GLC class, the Jaguar F-Pace. I did an unboxing review of that. Please check that out. The Audi Q5 and SQ5, those will just redesign. They're going to be hitting dealerships probably in the next 6 months. There's also the new Lincoln MKX, the Acura MDX, the Buick Envision. I did an unboxing review of that too, and the Lexus RX. And of course, all crossovers, even sedans today, they're coming with these electronic trunks and lift gates here. So let's talk cargo space here. Now, as you can see, there is 27.6 cubic feet of space with the rear seats folded up. But once you fold them down, it expands to 63.3 cubic feet of cargo, which is very good. And the seats are 40-20-40 split folding, which, again, that's standard for crossovers of just about any size today. Sedans are more the 40 by 60. But there you go. That is a nice chunk of space there. You can easily get a couple pairs of skis in there, all your camping goods, and just have fun. And I really like the X3 because it's just such a versatile vehicle. You don't get some of that with a 3 Series, for an example. That's a sedan, or if you go for the 4 Series, that's the coupe version. I know for a fact a guy who works for BMW was telling me that a lot of potential X or 3 Series buyers are heading into dealerships and they're driving home in an X3. Again, this is the more versatile vehicle. All right, under the hood, this is the 3-liter turbocharged inline-six, 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters, and again, because this is the xDrive, it sends power to all 4 wheels, and all-wheel drive is standard with this engine. But this is one of my favorite engines on the market, this turbocharged inline-six. It just delivers excellent power throughout its rev range. And eventually BMW is going to probably replace it. Fuel emission standards are increasing, and they're getting more stringent, and what can you do? But let's give it a listen. Alright, so let's talk performance. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds. Top speeds electronically limited to 127 miles per hour. Fuel economy, 19 miles per gallon in the city, 26 on the highway, and a combined 21. The car weighs just over 4,200 pounds. So, yeah, this is not exactly lightweight. And I think this optional engine is the one to get. The base engine is a 2-liter turbo 4 with 240 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. That's also paired to the 8-speed automatic. If your budget allows it, go for the 3-liter turbocharged inline-six. Again, you're getting one of the best engines on sale today of any automaker. That is the other thing BMW is so good at, just engineering and building great engines. Again, this is the ultimate driving machine brand. So let's talk pricing. Okay, so this is probably my biggest complaint about the X3. A base X3 xDrive 28i begins at $39,250. The xDrive 35i, which is this model, begins at $47,950. And our car, with all those extra packages and features, plus a $995 destination, you're looking at a total of $61,045 for this. That is, in my opinion, a lot of money for a compact crossover. Yes, it is a BMW. Yes, it is a luxury vehicle. But $61,000 for this. Yeah, it's not cheap. What can I say? And this exterior here, it's this what they call space gray metallic. Even the paint right there, that's an extra $700. You got these xenon adaptive headlights with auto leveling, LED Corona headlight rings. It has this M Sport package for $2,700. And then another $950 for the 20-inch M wheels. And that M Sport package has the high gloss roof rails, the sport seats, anthracite wood trim, M steering wheel, the aerodynamic kit. So once you add all those packages in, yeah, this just gets expensive. And you're looking at, and actually you can add even more packages, such as the cold weather package to the X3. And it'll go even higher, well above 60 grand. Okay, so what do I like here about this? Well, again, I'll keep stressing this. It's such a great turbo inline-six. The steering is great, especially for a crossover SUV or in BMW speak, SAV. Oh, and I also like the fact that final assembly for this takes place in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Yes, that's right. South Carolina, that's not in Germany. What don't I like? Well, I do like the design inside and out. However, it has definitely aged given the fresh competition such as the new Lexus RX and the new Audi Q5. It just doesn't quite look as good, in my opinion, as it once did. And also, again, it's just expensive and the options cost a lot. But the bottom line here is that despite it being in its sixth year of production, the X3 is still an excellent compact luxury crossover. The worst part about it is really its price tag. However, because this is at the end of its life cycle, chances are you're going to be able to get a better deal from a BMW dealership on it right now. They got to start clearing out the lots for it, and again, I just think now is a great time to buy, and considering BMW has had 6 years to work out all the little issues with it, this vehicle is nearly perfect. But I'm out of time for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If there's any questions for me, just leave them in the comment section below. Any suggestions for future unboxing reviews, also leave those in the comment section. And be sure to read the whole review of the 2017 BMW X3 xDrive 35i on carbuzz.com. Till my next review, I'll see you next time.